big overland canoe race is on. Boris and Natasha, with a priceless mooseberry bush, are fleeing just a few miles ahead of Rocky and Bullwinkle in their remodeled Leakey airplane. Starting at Frostbite Falls, Minnesota, the two vessels race through a couple of the largest Great Lakes.
Stroke, stroke, stroke.
Bail, bail, bail.
Then, as they ran out of water, they carried their canoes on a portage through Chicago.
Which way to Fort Wayne?
That way.
Thanks. Oh, excuse me.
It's all right.
And a little while later, watchers of the Gold Cup powerboat race a couple of 100 miles away were awed when the number one speedboat was overtaken by not one, but two boats.
Stroke, stroke, stroke.
Bail, bail, bail.
Hold it, Bullwinkle!
Boy, that was close. Almost bailed out the captain.
How are we doing?
That leak's gaining on me. We better get where we're going in a hurry.
We will if the wind holds out.
Bail, bail, bail.
Stroke, stroke, stroke.
Boris.
Huh?
Boris, when is your half of paddling going to start?
Don't worry, I'll do my half. Now stroke, stroke, stroke.
A short time later, at the locks of the St. Lawrence Seaway, a bell rang to signal that a ship wanted to get through.
All right, but there ain't no ship there.
Stroke, stroke, stroke.
Say, a canoe full of Indians just went by here. I don't care if you believe it. I just saw...
Bail, 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 bail.
Never mind. This one I don't believe myself.
Soon the two vessels had run out of large bodies of water. They began to travel in small rivers or creeks, in irrigation ditches. Anywhere there was even a trace of water, they sailed on and on and on.
Stroke, stroke, stroke.
Bail, bail, bail. Sort of like riding on a soggy freeway, ain't it?
Crowds began to gather to watch them go by.
Here they come!
Stroke, 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 stroke.
Bail, 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 bail.
They went through city parks.
Stroke, stroke, stroke.
Bail, bail, bail.
They went through amusement parks.
Have a nice ride, folks.
I sure did.
Stroke, stroke, stroke.
Bail, bail, bail.
They even got through some places without carrying their boats.
Look out, Eddie!
Stroke, stroke, stroke.
Bail, bail, bail.
And finally, on one foggy evening, as they approached Washington, D.C., only a few yards separated them.
Stroke, stroke, stroke.
Bail, bail, bail.
Stroke, stroke.
Bail, bail.
Stroke.
There's quite an echo. Bail.
Stroke.
Bail.
Stroke.
That's the first echo I ever heard that wrote its own dialogue.
Boris, when is your half of paddling going to start?
Any mile now, Natasha. Psh, I think they're right behind us.
Gee, it sure is foggy.
Yeah, can't see my nose in front of my face. Of course, that's quite a distance.
You hear that? It's the squirrel and moose. They mustn't catch us.
Just then, Boris's canoe bumped into a warning sign.
Straight ahead only, no left turn. Dangerous sawmill. Sawmill, eh? Now we play little word game with that sign.
What game is that?
You heard of Russian roulette?
Yes.
This is Russian Scrabble.
And so when our heroes came to the sign, they turned left toward the sawmill. And a moment later, the stillness was broken by a hideous sound. Have our friends really run into more than they can handle? Don't miss our next episode, 2 for the Ripsaw, or Goodbye, Mr. Chips.
And now...
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Again?
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto! Ooh, don't know my own strength.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Many years ago, there was a year that was a mighty bad year for witches. They were everywhere, big ones, little ones, ugly ones, and uglier ones. In fact, there were so many that there just weren't enough people to go round to cast spells upon.
Let go! I want to put him to sleep for 100 years!
You let go. I'm going to change him into a chicken.
But I saw him first! You did not!
It got so bad that even the witches couldn't tell which witch was which. Then one day, as a little witch was searching the forest for a victim,
If I don't find somebody to cast a spell on pretty soon, I'll...
Then suddenly the witch saw a little frog sitting on a log near a pond.
Well, well, what have we here?
We have a frog. What have we there?
I'm a witch.
That figures.
And I'm going to cast a spell on you.
Oh, come now. I'm already a frog. What else could you do to me?
But the witch was desperate, and with a wave of her hand, she changed the frog into a handsome young prince.
Oh, boy, that felt good.
Hey, what's the big idea? I don't want to be a handsome prince. I was happy as a frog.
Well, I admit it isn't the kind of a spell we usually cast, but times are hard. Ta-ta, dearie.
The young prince went back to the log and squatted down where he used to sit as a frog and dreamed of catching flies, but somehow it just wasn't the same. He even tried a few croaks.
Me. Chug-a-rump. Chug-a-rump.
But it was no use. He knew that if he was ever to be happy again, he must find the witch and make her change him back into a frog.
Well, it's like they say. You can take the frog out of the pond, but you can't take the pond out of the frog.
So the young man set off in search of the witch, and after several hours of stumbling through the woods, he stumbled into a castle. This particular castle was owned by a king who had a very beautiful but unmarried daughter.
Why don't you get a husband?
They're all frogs or something these days.
This young man who just walked through our wall doesn't look like a frog.
Oh, are you a handsome young prince?
No, I'm a handsome young frog.
See?
No. The boy is just a little mixed up. What he needs is a wife, say, like you.
So, despite the young prince's protests, they were married. They were very happy and had everything except a home.
But, dearest, do all brides have to live in a pond?
They do if their husband is a frog. And where are those flies I asked you to catch me?
But if I don't get a real house of my own pretty soon, I'll just die.
The young frog prince finally gave in and built her a beautiful cottage. Then one day, when he was in the yard casing a June bug, a witch came by.
Oh, goody. A handsome young prince. Probably the last one left in the kingdom, and he's all mine. I'll change him into a
Frog?
good idea. A frog it will be.
That night, at the dinner table,
You know, honey, you've insisted that you're a frog for so long that you're even beginning to look like one.
But I keep telling you I am a frog, and if we don't move back to the pond, I'll just die.
just then, the little witch who had originally cast a spell upon him came by and was amazed to see that he'd returned to a frog.
Mighty strange. Usually when I prince 'em, they stay princed. Well, I'll try again.
Only this time, he was changed into a chicken.
Well, that did it.
And deciding that it was time to call a halt to such nonsense, he angrily stormed into the witches' union where he confronted the head witch.
Now look, first I was a frog, then a prince, and now I'm a chicken. I've had enough Kings's X.
Okay, I'll change you back to whatever you say. What would you like to be?
Be a prince, honey.
Yeah, a prince.
So be it. Here, Prince. Nice prince.
Not that kind of a prince.
Oh, sorry.
But try as she would, the old witch couldn't change him into a prince, so she finally returned him to a frog.
Whew. I'm sorry, dearie, but you've been bewitched so much that I just can't make a prince out of you.
The poor frog was confused and very sad. He turned to his wife and said,
Will you still love me even though I'm just a frog?
Well... Chug-a-rumph. Yes.
And with that, they both hopped back to the pond where they sat on a mossy rock and exclaimed,
If we have to stay frogs for the rest of our lives, we'll just die.
Of course, they didn't die, but you can rest assured that they croaked every night.
Well, it's been a rough canoe trip for Rocky and Bullwinkle, and it looks even rougher ahead, for in the fog they sailed right into...
Hokey smoke, a sawmill!
Hang on, Rocky!
And as our heroes sat petrified, the whirling saw blade cut their frail craft right in two. Fortunately, they were on opposite sides of the boat and escaped unscathed. But they were immediately seized by the sawmill machinery and became part of a soapbox assembly line.
Hey, let me out! You can't do this to me!
You know, Edward, I could swear them boxes was talking.
Now, look, Chauncey, boxes is made of wooden nails, right?
Right.
Wooden nails cannot talk, right?
Right.
Ergo, a soapbox cannot talk, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay, now explain it to him.
Hey, Bullwinkle, look at the address on the crate.
To Congressman Droopleton Bunn, Washington, D.C.
Yes, fortunately for our heroes, an election was coming up for Congressman Bunn, and he had ordered a shipment of soapboxes to make speeches from.
Hey, Congressman!
Great green gravy. It's the missing scientists, and you're back in one piece.
You were expecting maybe installments?
Meanwhile, a short distance away, a familiar canoe was shooting down the Potomac.
Stroke, stroke, stroke. Natasha, you poor little thing, you must be tired. Here, take megaphone. It's finally my turn to paddle.
About time, too. Stroke.
What do you know? We're here.
Boris, you said you'd paddle halfway.
I did. It's just your half was bigger than my half. You lucky kid.
And the two spies made their way to a lonely dock where a solitary figure gazed out over the ocean.
Oh, Captain Plopov. When leaves next submarine?
You didn't hear. Submarine is kaput.
Well, that's showbiz. You got orders from Central Control?
You bet. They send these.
What are they?
Water wings. One of us must swim back.
Swim?
But who?
Well, let's do things fair with square. We'll draw straws for it. Long straw gets to swim, okay? Okay. I'll take first one. Ooh, he's short. Natasha?
Also short.
Well, looks like you're it, Captain. Have nice trip.
And the unlucky captain started on his 3,000-mile swim.
Boris, darling, weren't you afraid you'd lose?
Not as long as I have telescoping straw.
Well, so let's buy boat ticket and go back home.
Buy ticket and go back home? Natasha, where is your pride, your professional integrity? We steal tickets and go back home.
Meanwhile, our heroes returned to their laboratory in something less than triumph.
Do you really think people are mad at us for losing the mooseberry bush, Rock?
Listen.
Boo!
Boo! Sounds like feeding time at the zoo.
There's one of them!
Look out, Bullwinkle!
Boy, they give us everything but another chance. What are we gonna do?
We just gotta think hard, Bullwinkle.
Oh, there must be an easier way than that.
And while our boys pondered their problem, the two spies in another part of the city were all set to get their return boat tickets from the Transocean Travel Agency.
That was quick, darling.
Of course. I always do business with Transocean. Come on.
And the two spies hurried toward New York City, where a huge liner was getting ready to sail. Don't miss our next exciting episode. Farewell, my ugly, or knots to you.
And now...
Hey, Rocky! Watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
But that trick never worked.
This time for sure. Presto! Well, I'm getting close.
And now it's time for another special feature.
Time again for Bullwinkle's Corner. Hello there. Today's poem is called Taffy. Taffy was a Welshman. Taffy was a thief.
You ain't kidding, Governor.
Taffy came to my house and stole a piece of beef. Hey, that's a whole cow.
So I'm petting my part a little.
I went to Taffy's house. Taffy wasn't home. Taffy went to my house and stole a marrow bone. Marrow bone, that's a whole leg of lamb. I went to Taffy's house. Taffy wasn't in.
You can't read? Sign says out.
I know you're in there. I can hear you breathing. Taffy went to my house and stole a silver pin. That's a pin?
Just poetic license.
Went to Taffy's house. Taffy in bed took up Marrowbone, hit him in the head. I went to Taffy's house. Taffy was in bed. And do you know what the last line is?
Of course. Took up Marrowbone and hit him in the head. What do you know? Unhappy ending.
And now it's time for...
5 or 6 baritone solos in the key of E.
But...
Ooh.
Now for another of our special features.
Should have tried E flat.
got there. Peabody, way back, and Loser here. The loser is Sherman. Tell them how you got the black eye, Sherman.
I ran into a door.
Oh, come now, Sherman.
It's true. Eddie Dorr. He lives across the street.
It seems you could profit by some pugilistic instruction.
Huh?
Boxing lessons.
Oh.
With that in mind, we shall set the way back controls for London, England in the year 1867.
Who are we going to visit?
The gentleman responsible for the rules governing modern fisticuffs, the Marquis of Queensberry. Although we've used the way back extensively in the past, it hadn't lost any of its punch. For there we were inside Foot's Athletic Club. Standing in the center of a boxing ring stood the Marquis of Queensberry himself, and what appeared to be two pugilistic contenders.
You've heard my rules, gentlemen. See that you abide by them. Ready, set, proceed.
With that, the two combatants dashed pell-mell at each other to engage in a most graceful exhibition of the minuet.
They're not fighting, Mr. Peabody.
Keen observation, Sherman. The exhibition lasted 2 hours, and when it was over, we quickly cornered the Marquis.
I should like to devise rules for boxing, but I've never been in a fight in all my life.
We can fix that, Mr. Queensberry.
Sherman grabbed a bucket of water and handed it to the Marquis.
You see that fellow standing in line over there? Pour this bucket over his head.
Willing as they come, the Marquis went over and followed Sherman's instructions to the letter.
Oh, you did that.
I did. Why do you ask?
Here it comes, Mr. Peabody. He'll get it for sure.
But instead of hitting him, the fellow shook hands.
Oh, thank you, mate. I've been standing in this ruddy line all day waiting to take me shower. Now I've had it, and I can go see my Daisy.
That having failed, Sherman suggested we adjourn to the Epsom Downs racetrack.
The horses are rounding the far turn and heading for the last jump. Oh, Jove, this should be a smashing finish.
Here, Mr. Queensberry, take this detour sign and put it in the middle of the track. Hurry!
Queensberry had just pressed the sign as Sherman had instructed when the horses thundered up to it, read it, made a sharp turn to the right, and ran off directly into the clubhouse.
Who is responsible for that ruddy detour sign?
He is. I guess you're going to give him what's coming to him now, huh?
I certainly am. Here, sir, is a reward of £5,000.
It seemed as though a holdup had been in progress inside the clubhouse when the horses galloping through had put a timely stop to it. The Marquis was a hero and Sherman was a failure. Again.
Gee, I thought that would work for sure, Mr. Peabody. What do we do now?
We will let me take over. Noticing it was exactly 4 o'clock, I called to a passing waiter.
Your pleasure, sir.
A cup of tea for me, a cup of tea for the boy, and the Marquis of Queensberry would like a cup of coffee. This, of course, was against all English tradition, and the waiter found it impossible to control himself.
All for your tea time, eh? I'll teach you, you blinking traitor.
So far, so good for part 1 of my plan, and wasting no time, I quickly put part 2 to work. Stepping between them, cease! Cease! I should like to call it to your attention. This is hardly the place for such activity.
Righto, then. I'll meet you in the gym at 5 o'clock. Gracious. Now I see what you mean by a set of rules for boxing. Chap could get injured this way.
You better dash home, Mr. Queensberry, write some rules, and then get to the gym.
The Marquis heartily agreed. Unfortunately, 1 hour later, he still hadn't arrived with the rules.
That Marquis is a ruddy chicken.
No, he isn't. Here he comes now.
Oh, I'm sorry to hold things up, but I had to pick up this suit of armor.
I seized the rules for boxing he had written, and sure enough, Rule 1 stipulated the combatants could wear any raiment they wished.
Well, if that's the case, I'm going to use this here bloomin' battle axe.
Mr. Peabody, they'll kill each other.
Quick, Sherman, I need a dictionary and a penknife. The knife Sherman had. The dictionary was found in a nearby locker.
What are you going to do, Mr. Peabody?
Whittle. What else? While the Marquis and the waiter squared off to do battle, I whittled the dictionary down into a page and a half. Here you are, Marquis. Here are your rules for boxing.
Must wear gloves, must be rounds of 3 minutes duration. Capital, sir, capital.
You did it, Mr. Peabody, you did it.
Don't I always? We watched in satisfaction as the Marquis and the waiter settled their differences in a gentlemanly fashion.
That waiter's got a neat left hook.
Yes, but this will be his last fight. You see, he'll eventually go into the exercise business and become famous in his own right.
Famous, Mr. Peabody?
Why, yes. His name is James Lawrence Nasium.
I never heard of him.
You never heard of gymnasium?
our heroes certainly aren't feeling like heroes these days. For they lost the mooseberry bush, and with it, their chance to rediscover their secret rocket fuel.
Gee, if we just knew where there was another bush.
But we don't. We ain't moon men, you know.
Bullwinkle, that's it. The moon man.
Where?
I mean, they know where there was another bush.
Hey, that's pretty smart. I wish I'd thought of that.
You did.
Then how come you said it?
Come on, let's find them.
But when our friends called on the moon men at their New York apartment, they were gone, and nobody knew where.
Well, it was a good idea.
Yeah, even if I did think of it.
But just then, Rocky spotted a theatrical newspaper that gave them a clue to the moon men's whereabouts.
Moon men Sacco in lost wages.
Lunar ticks 20G click at Sands.
What do you suppose it means in English?
I don't know, I'll ask. Pardon me, what does that mean?
You kidding, Jack? Why, they're the biggest B.O. draws in showbiz. Floored them in Philly, pulverized them in Podunk. They're sensation. Way out. In a word, boffo.
Thanks.
What's it mean?
He wouldn't tell me.
But eventually, our friends did find someone to translate the headlines for them.
According to our computer, your friends have a fairly successful show in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas?
Sure enough, the moon men had gone into show business as a song and dance team.
Me and my shadow, all alone and feeling blue, blue, bloopy-doo. Listen to that, Gidney. They love us.
Telephone, Mr. Cloyd.
Thanks. Okay, lay it on me.
Cloyd, this is Rocky, the flying squirrel.
Rocky doll. How are you?
Rocky doll?
It's been ages, sweetie. How you been keeping?
Gee, he sure sounds funny.
Let me talk to him. Hello there.
Bullwinkle, baby.
Baby? I'm 6'2" in my stocking hoofs.
What? Can't hear a thing, lover. The applause is deafening. Here, Gid, I'll quiet 'em down. And now, folks, a brief intermission.
And of course, as soon as Cloyd fired his scrooch gun, the whole audience was frozen solid.
You want what?
Another mooseberry bush.
Oh, yes. Well, there is one other place.
Swill, let me write it down. Yes.
Come on, Gidney. They're only scooched for a minute or so.
Oh, we'd love to help you, Rocky, but we're booked solid for the next 3 years. Frankie asked us to follow Judy at the palace, you know.
There they go.
What'll we give him, Cloyd? Some real moon song.
How about Shine On Harvest Earth?
Oh, that's kooky. And 1 and 2 and shine on
harvest earth up in the sky.
So Gidney and Cloyd resumed their theatrical careers, while a little later on a pier in New York City...
Where are we going, Rock?
There's only one other place on Earth to find mooseberries, and we're going there.
Where's there?
A country called Pennsylvania.
And at that instant, just around the corner...
You got good tickets, darling.
Of course. Anything worth stealing is worth stealing well. First class cabin. And then nobody better try stop us.
So the two spies are headed for the same place as our heroes, Pennsylvania. And what will happen if either of the parties spots the other? Don't miss our next episode, Cheerful Little Peerful or Bon Voyage.
And now for all you aspiring intellectuals, here's Mr. Know-It-All.
Hello, aspirings. Today's thesis is how to cure the hiccups. Now, in order to cure the hiccups, you must first have a hiccuper. You got the hiccups, Boris?
What for I got to have hiccups?
So I can cure them. Oh, never mind. I'll help you get hiccups, then I'll cure them. One of the most popular ways to catch hiccups is to eat rich food.
That's rich food. Looks just like chicken.
It is chicken.
Chicken isn't rich.
Then we'll make it rich by stuffing it with dollar bills, pieces of 8, a few pieces of 9. Now, down the hatch. Splendid. Now, let me hear those hiccups.
Can't.
Why not?
'Cause rich food agrees with me.
Another way of getting hiccups is overexertion. You all set to run?
All set.
Then you're off. 2 hours on the cinder path. You have the hiccups?
No, but I got the Davis cup, the gold cup, a mustache cup, and the cup of coffee.
When you really get down to it, the only thing that'll give you hiccups is to drink 42 gallons of milk. Bottoms up.
Oh, boy.
Now, let me hear what I'm after.
How's everything going, Mr. Know-It-All?
Oh, the whole thing's a bust.
Well, better luck next time. Thank you, mister.
Wouldn't you know it?